Assalamualaikum. My name is Ilya Natasya. Today I will talk about water pollution in Semenyih River. Rivers in Malaysia becoming part of our daily life that provide domestic water supply, agriculture, industry and ecological stability. However, the frequency of river contamination event in the nation has grown due to fast industrialization and lax environmental compliance. One prominent example is the Semenyih River pollution disaster in Selangor, which severely disrupted the water supply and showed how vulnerable Malaysia's freshwater system are. One of the main water treatment facilities that supplies the Klang Valley was directly impacted by the Semenyih River pollution case, which make it noteworthy. Hundreds of thousands of people were impacted by the widespread water interruption caused by the Sungai Semenyih water treatment plant being shut down due to pollutants found in the river. The area's odor pollution and dirty colored water are said to be the source caused by the industrial effluent that is dumped into the drain and directed straight into neighboring rivers. Illegal industrial waste dumping was the main cause of the pollution problem in Sungai Semenyih. According to Department of Environmental and Selangor officials' investigation, an unlawful manufacturing or recycling business operating upstream was most likely the main cause of the pollution. It was thought that waste items such as chemical effluent and oil-based sludge had been dumped into adjacent drains and finally flowed into the river. Raids performed by the authorities on multiple properties in Nilai and Semenyih uncovered inappropriate storage of chemical drum, waste oil, solvent, and industrial byproduct. This reinforced the finding that the contamination emanated from unauthorized or unlicensed enterprise that scattered appropriate waste management procedures. This population originated from human industrial activity rather than natural sources. The environmental disaster was mostly caused by improper sewage treatment facilities and deliberate dumping to save disposal expenses. Water pollution that lead to chemical pollution, including organic industrial solvent, oil-based waste, and other hazardous substances, was a factor in the Sungai Semenyih disaster. Chemical pollutants found in laboratory studies were consistent with waste oil, solvent, and industrial degreaser. Due to the hazardous water quality produced by this pollutant, the water treatment facility had been shut down. The following traits of contamination were revealed by the DOE's environmental quality data: elevated COD, elevated BOD, increased level of ammonia, volatile organic compound existent, and the layer of residue on the surface of the river. This metric showed that there was a lot of organic chemical waste in the effluent. Both aquatic life and human water users were at risk due to the pollutant, which drastically lowered the quality of the water. Now, let's talk about the effect of pollution to environment. First is effect on aquatic environment. The river ecology was significantly disrupted by the pollution. Fish and other aquatic life cannot survive in the water due to the decreased dissolved oxygen caused by the rise in COD and BOD level. Aquatic life may be poisoned by high ammonia concentration, which can lead to stress, decreased reproductive success, and even death in vulnerable species. The entire food chain was impacted by the oily coatings on the water surface, which further interfered with oxygen exchange and could have damaged aquatic insects and microbes. Second is effect on land and surrounding ecosystem. Polluted river water runoff has the potential to contaminate surrounding land and vegetation by seeping into the soil. Toxic chemical seepage into the soil can interfere with microbial population and plant development. Plant death or stunted development result from this contamination, interference with nutrient uptake. Long-term exposure may change riparian zones' natural biological balance and lower soil fertility. Land ecosystem close to riverbank may have affected from decreased biodiversity as a result of chemical exposure, even if the primary consequences were water-based. Third is effect on human health. Residents close to the river experience discomfort, including headache and nausea due to exposure to smelly chemical compound in the air, even though no reported poisoning cases were detected. Numerous health problems can result from exposure to contaminated water, whether through recreational activities, inadvertent drinking, or inadequate filtering. Depending on the chemical involved, this might include headache, gastrointestinal issues, skin irritation, or long-term chronic consequences. The interruption of the water supply was an indirect cause of the more serious health concern. There was danger of chemical exposure or ingestion, since hazardous water from the river could not be adequately cleaned. Now, to prevent this water pollution from happening, the government must strengthen enforcement and legal action. A framework is already provided, but there are still loopholes in its enforcement. Because regular checks are predictable, careless company can partially comply only on designated audit days, which cause many pollution cases to rise. Consequently, the government must conduct nighttime patrol, random sampling, and surprise inspection in industry near Sungai Semenyih. This guarantee that unlawful waste disposal activities cannot be concealed by the industry. Second, we can improve wastewater management for industry. To reduce the amount of hazardous wastewater released into the river, industry close to Sungai Semenyih must install dependable, contemporary wastewater treatment facilities. Many examples of pollution are caused by antiquated or badly maintained machinery, which result in the unintentional or intentional release of untreated waste. Installing multi-stage wastewater treatment system that can remove oil, suspended particle, heavy metal, and organic pollutant should be mandated for companies to solve this issue. Chemical neutralization unit, biological treatment system, sedimentation tanks, and activated carbon filters are a few examples. To guarantee that this system function effectively, regular maintenance program must also be required. Next, we can increase river surveillance and early detection system. To lessen the effect of any pollution occurrence, early discovery is crucial. Setting up real-time river monitoring station at Sungai Semenyih key location can aid in the prompt detection of anomalies. Physical and chemical characteristics such as dissolved oxygen, conductivity, turbidity, COD, and any indication of volatile organic compound should all be monitored by this station. Alarm system should immediately notify emergency response teams. This guarantee a prompt shutdown of the plant and keep tainted water out of the supply system. Lastly, the government must improve solid waste and hazardous waste management. In Malaysia, inappropriate solid and plant waste disposal is one of the main sources of river pollution. Local government must make sure that trash contractor and companies adhere to the environmental quality to solve this problem. This entails mandating that business keep accurate logbook, only use authorized trash workers, and store dangerous waste in safe, leak-proof containers. To avoid unintentional leaks that might drain chemical into Sungai Semenyih during periods of intense rains on flooding, storage location must be regularly inspected. To assist stop pollution accident in the future, local communities are essential. Because people don't know what environmental damage looks like or where they should report it, many river contamination situations go unreported for hours. Public awareness program can be carried out by local government, school, and non-governmental organization to teach local how to spot early indicators of river pollution. In conclusion, the Sungai Semenyih contamination disaster make it abundantly evident how susceptible Malaysia's water resources are to poor waste management and lax enforcement. This case demonstrated how even a single instance of unlawful dumping may result in the closure of large water treatment facilities, interfere with the supply of water to hundreds of thousands of customers, and seriously harm the river environment. It also brought attention to deficiencies in emergency response procedures, industrial compliance, and surveillance. Going ahead, industry, governmental organization, and community members must work together to prevent such accident over an extended period of time. Key tactics to lower the danger of future contamination include stricter laws, real-time monitoring technology, enhanced toxic waste management, and greater interagency communication. Early discovery and reporting also depend heavily on community engagement and public knowledge. The Sungai Semenyih case is a crucial reminder that maintaining clean, secure, and sustainable water supplies for future generations required proactive measures, and that river water quality protection is a shared duty. These are the list of references that I use. That's all from me. Thank you for listening.